Welcome to On Set with Samantha. I'm Samantha Clark, international photographer, lawyer, and educator. And this is where we go beyond the surface and get into what it really takes to create elevated weddings, events, and brands. Let's get into it. Hi, Shawon. Welcome to On Set with Samantha. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Well, why don't you introduce yourself first?
All right, so I am Shawon Crawley. I am the owner of SDS Events.
Well, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for
SDS
having me.
Events, and I go way back. So I'm so glad that you could be here and be a guest today. And I know you're busy, and I know, just being here, it really does mean a lot to me. So I just want to say thank you for that, first and foremost.
Thank you for having me again.
Absolutely. Shawon, can you tell us a little bit about how you got started with SDS Events?
Absolutely. So back in 2004, on my wedding day for my first marriage, my mom, she came up to me while I was on the dance floor and I'm jamming it up. And she says, Shawon, the Lord has blessed you with a gift. You need to be operating within your gift. And I'm like, okay, girl. And she's like, no, I'm serious. She pulls me off the dance floor and she says it again. And, I look around because she's, look around like you did all of this. And I look around, I was like, oh, yeah, I did. Kind of like I patted myself on the back, but I told her I would think about it. And I didn't think about it. And in 2008, I was driving down Central Avenue and my brother at the time was a barber on Central Avenue, and the Lord told me to stop. And as I crossed the threshold of the barbershop, my brother says to his client, that's who you need to get plan your wedding. So I'm truly operating within my gift.
Oh, definitely. That is an awesome story. So ever since then, you've been solely weddings, or do you find yourself doing other types of events as well?
Yes, we do other events, milestone birthdays, baby showers, bridal showers, customer appreciations, all the things.
Amazing. So we work together mostly on weddings.
Yes.
And one wedding in particular recently that we just had, literally, I would say blew up in terms of, its reach online.
Right.
And, that V word, it's become viral.
Yes.
And I'm curious to know a little bit about what was going on in your mind on that day when, you're trying to operate in your gift and, things just kind of take a turn and the rain starts. So why don't you walk us through a little bit of what was going through your mind on that day?
That particular day, there was no rain in the forecast. It was nice. It was sunny. It was beautiful. There was literally no rain. No one saw rain. And when it rained the very first time, we were all surprised, right? And we were like, oh, okay. But it rained maybe 2 hours before the ceremony. So drying off the chairs and getting the florals down and, just kind of all the things, getting it reset after the first rain. We were thinking, oh, okay, everything's going to be great because there's no more rain in the forecast. And
in the first place.
Right. There was.
But okay.
Correct. So when the second rain came, okay, this is weird. Okay. But we're going to roll with it because it was just a little drizzle. And there were literally everybody walked down the aisle. The processional happened. The bride walks down. It's nice and sunny. It's so beautiful outside.
Perfect. It was perfect.
It was. And then out of nowhere, God just decided to bless them with rain.
Mm-hmm.
And what was going through my head was, oh, sugar honey iced tea. What is happening here? I mean, I was mortified in the back.
I know.
No one could tell, but I was absolutely mortified. And it just kept raining. And then the sky opened up. And so as a wedding planner, like I'm in the back, I'm getting towels, I'm getting umbrellas. I'm like, we're on a scavenger hunt. And then Tana's trying to get all the things. The guests, I'm asking the guests, if you want to come on in. And there was some that thugged it out. Kudos to you. But yeah, we were scrambling in the back for sure.
As a photographer, I'm just focused on getting the shots. So I did not, this is actually great that I'm hearing this because I wasn't aware of what was happening. So
Yeah.
in terms of outdoor ceremonies, right?
Mhm.
We know that things can happen, but how would you describe that feeling when everything cleared up and then the rainbow pops out? Like like just tell me, like, what was it that you were feeling at that time?
Well, a complete joy. Like, it's nothing but God. Like, he has truly blessed this union. And he let us know that he was in the midst by giving us that rainbow.
Definitely. I
Mhm.
felt that too. And the couple, they're amazing. We love them.
Absolutely.
And the fact that they were blessed in that way,
Mhm.
I feel like it's a testament to their future, even
Right.
just as a married couple. In all your years planning, has anything like that ever happened before?
Never. Never happened.
Me neither. And it's been like almost not 2 decades, but almost 2 decades.
Right.
And nothing like that has happened
Mm-mm.
for me either. Okay, so you have an amazing team,
I do.
and
I have the best team.
I believe that, and I know it. You guys are just like a unit,
Mhm.
and what I think is so amazing about your brand and what you've built is that you have this solid team that's
Mhm.
always there to support you. In terms of the expectations that you had for the day,
Mhm.
were they met, or would you say they were kind of like exceeded, or like how would you, in terms of what you were expecting that day and how it went, like what was your after when you got home, like how did you reflect on that?
So I always, in every event, every wedding, I strive for it to start on time. And the fact that the first rain came and we were not able to start on time, like, I can't even lie to you. Like, I was in the back, I was fuming. I was fuming,
Mhm.
but it was literally out of everyone's control. Like,
Mhm.
what can you do? There's nothing that you could do. And so in the moment, I was upset in the moment. And I maybe gotten over it maybe 15, 20 minutes later. Like, the rainbow was everything for me.
Mhm.
Like,
Mhm.
literally. It
Mhm.
was good. So, um, my expectations were met. The bride and groom ultimately got married.
That's the most important thing
Yes.
at the end of the day. And so how long were you planning with
It was over
our
a year.
lovely couple?
Yeah.
For a year.
Mhm.
Exactly. Okay. So there's what social media sees, right? Social media. Everyone had a comment. Everybody had something to say. But with social media, I do think people see the beautiful ending, but what parts didn't people see? Or what parts do you wish social media could fill in the gaps?
So, let's be very clear.
Mhm.
Social media, because it did go viral, there were thousands upon thousands of comments. And there were, I would say, maybe, out of the thousands of comments, there may have been 10 trolls. Um, and what they did not see was, or feel,
Mhm.
was the beauty of the moment. Like, it was literally like, it was nothing but God.
Mhm. Mhm.
And just to, I don't even know if I can put it in words, like how to quantify that, but it was such a beautiful moment.
Mhm.
And yeah, I didn't pay attention. I paid attention to maybe 2, 3
Mhm.
comments.
Mhm.
And then I said, these people don't know me. And I do not know them. I am an amazing wedding planner. And I did what needed to be done. And everything else fell into place how it was supposed to.
Mhm.
It was just out of our control.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I mean, for people who don't know, Atlanta, Georgia in general, is notorious for just random downpours. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So even with all the planning, all the forecasting, all the things can happen out of the blue. And
you have to know
you
how
have
to
to roll
pivot.
with it. Exactly. We had to roll with it. And when you have an amazing team like you do, you can just continue and still have a great day.
Absolutely.
I will say for me, being there to capture it, it was so awesome. Like I did feel like God is showing out today for this couple, and they are people of faith too. So I know they felt it. And I'll say, like, one thing I thought that was so awesome was how, the guests, they tried to like stick it out.
They did.
Cause I mean, the rain was pouring. It was pouring rain. And, a few people got up and kind of, took some shelter. And then the groomsmen were 10 toes down.
Yes.
I don't know. I just felt so inspired by their love, by their story, by their guests. And it was truly beautiful to capture.
I want to say two things that social media did not see. Is the DJ and the lead wedding planner with cushions protecting his equipment.
Oh my goodness. I did not know
because they, even though they were underneath like a pergola, it wasn't fully covered.
Okay.
And so his equipment was exposed. And so they took the cushions off of the patio furniture for shelter for his equipment.
Wow. See, that's something we didn't know.
Didn't know.
Okay.
And then once the guests and the groomsmen came in, like they took off of their jackets, and we had hangers and a rack and a fan to dry those jackets off.
Right.
Yes. So people didn't get to see, like, there was just so many things like going on behind the scenes that unless you are behind the scenes, like, you really don't know like what happened.
Right. You wouldn't know.
Yeah.
So tell me, how do you keep the couple calm? Because I mean, things are going to happen, but what do you do to keep them calm? Even when,
So let's just put it in perspective real quick. So the groom processes, right? All the bridal party processes. The bride processes. Pastor's already, at the altar. And it's beautiful outside. They're standing at the altar saying their vows to each other. What is a wedding planner to do? I can't keep you calm. I'm in the back. So really it was really Kevin leading Jada and keeping her calm. There's nothing. There was nothing that I could do.
But afterwards, so after the ceremony, there's pretty much they're married.
Yes,
they're excited, but they're like, okay, now what?
So Kevin's excited, and Jada was like, right.
Yeah.
And so I told her, I looked her dead in your face. I said, Jada, no. I said, you just weather your first storm with your husband. That's what just happened. And I said, if you could get through that, you could get through anything. And she was like, oh my God, I'm about to cry.
Yeah.
It was so beautiful.
It really was.
It was so beautiful.
I'm getting chills just thinking about it. Like, I mean, we've both been married for a while. So, I mean, life has its ups and downs, but they, as a newlywed couple, can say, oh yeah, we've been through, a literal storm on our wedding day. And you mentioned the comments, and I'll say, like, a lot of the comments were so positive.
They were.
And so warm, and like, people were like, oh yeah, God is blessing y'all with that rain. And I felt that. I felt like it was blessings. It was all love, and they partied, enjoyed themselves.
Not one guest complained about the rain or the weather. None of them. They all felt like it was an absolutely extraordinary day.
Definitely.
You know what? Like, Kevin is my favorite. And I'm going to tell you why. The way that he prayed over her on the helipad.
Yes. Oh, yes.
at the first look.
I'm getting chills again. Okay, so context. So they didn't do a first look.
First touch.
They did a first touch.
Yeah.
And, the venue has this beautiful view of the city. And it like even that moment was like, this was before the rain. And I was like, wow, like he is praying.
It was after the first rain.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It was after the it was after the first rain. We thought it was clear. We thought we were good. And yeah, that was a powerful moment right there. Wow. So the couple, the day, everything is, back on track for the most part.
Yes.
After what, in terms of your role, having experienced vendors, playing their role. So, different vendors you're working with, you have the DJ, you have catering, you have all the people involved. How do you, communicate with them and kind of like keep everything, the way it should be, or getting things back on track? What did that look like?
The key is the communication. Making sure everyone that's involved knows exactly what's going on, but also sticking to your timeline. Like we stuck to the timeline. We were able to get it all in the day. Everything that they wanted to happen, it happened exactly how it was supposed to. We did not have to cut anything out. Like they both got the day that they wanted. But in terms of the vendors, really the only thing that I feel like could have been affected would have been the food service. But the caveat to that is that they did not have like a dinner service.
Right.
We served dinner.
That was unique.
Right.
Yeah.
But it was mostly heavy hors d'oeuvres. And the guests could get as much or as little as they wanted when they wanted it. So having those stations played a huge part. And, the quality of the food not being bad. So
that actually helped. And that just shows you how God moves, because if it was like a traditional, like sit down
plated dinner,
I don't think we would have been able to like catch up the schedule.
No. Things happen the way that they should happen.
Like, okay, this is actually, how it's supposed to go.
Right.
So then, in terms of just your wedding experience, do weddings ever go exactly as planned, or is it just simply part of the job that you have to be adaptable?
It's definitely part of the job that you have to be adaptable. However, we have had hundreds of weddings go off without one hiccup. So perfectly planned weddings do run perfectly. You should know that firsthand.
Yeah. That's why I love working with SDS events. I don't think it's something that couples fully understand unless they work behind the scenes at weddings. But that's why I'll say your team, and you leading the team really shows that it's like a well-oiled machine.
It really is.
And, couples can feel confident that it's going to be either exactly as planned or as close to, the plan as possible. So.
And most times if something does go wrong, the couple will never know. Like something went wrong behind the scenes until we sit down and debrief with them after the fact. Right. So
as it should be. So they don't have to stress. They don't have to feel worried about anything that's happening. What do you wish, every engaged couple knew about just wedding day weather and just the forecast, especially in Georgia or in the Carolinas?
As much as folks think that they are in control, you have no control over anything. God has the final say. God is always in control. So everything that happens on your wedding day is supposed to happen. Right. It's already written. Yeah,
exactly. And do you feel like, just, based on the experience, would you still do outdoor ceremonies, or are you like...
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Because I want Any couple that comes to me, I want them to get the wedding of their dreams. And so if they want to have their wedding outside, then absolutely they should plan to have their wedding outside. But just know, if you're planning with SDS events, there's always going to be a backup plan. There was a backup plan for their wedding.
Yeah. But we didn't think we needed it.
Yeah.
The sky just opened up.
Yes.
And so how much flexibility should couples, have in their timeline? Because, we can always say things are going to happen exactly, but what do you think about buffer times and that type of thing?
So in our runner show, we do create a buffer.
Okay.
But I'm finding in 2026 that we need a little more buffer.
What is it about this year that is giving us?
It's out of my control. I don't have the answers. But I do know that my team and I need to be flexible and adjust. Yes.
Is that hard for you?
No,
Okay.
it's not.
Okay.
I had a conversation with myself.
Okay.
Literally, this was yesterday on the flight back home. That instead of 8 hours of photo and video coverage, maybe we should start suggesting more like 10 hours of coverage, especially these days because TikTok is a real thing. Folks have agendas of wanting to, create all these TikToks so, they can have a viral moment, so to speak. But maybe there should be some extra time because I've always said 8 hours was good enough. Was enough time. And now I'm thinking like literally, what's today? On the flight, but yesterday, Monday, I said, yeah, I think I need to start suggesting more like 10 hours.
Wow. So we're on the same page because I'm like thinking to myself as well that 8 hours just isn't cutting it. And this is whether you're, down south or not. I just had a wedding up in Canada and I was like, yeah, 8 hours is not cutting it. And sometimes it's sometimes just capturing content can slow things down. But
I was just about to say,
yeah,
the introduction of content creating, a content creator, has something to do with it because now not only do you have to think about the photographer getting, all the footage and their shots, but then you got to think about the video team also getting what they need for the day as well. And then now we're introducing a content creator. So yeah, it's not looking like it's not looking like 8 hours anymore to me as far as, photo and videos goes.
I agree with you. And how do you feel about that? Like, do you have a preference when it comes to, all the media team, photo, video content? Because this is a big change from the way weddings used to run previously. What are your thoughts?
You just have to be flexible and adapt. Things are always going to change.
Yeah.
Content creating may go away, but then there's going to be something else. It's always going to be something else. So you just have to adapt.
I agree. And I know a lot of photographers feel maybe a little threatened. Maybe not so much photographers, but maybe the video team because content creators do capture, video clips as well.
But they don't tell a story.
Right. I was going to say, I don't see it as competition per se. I feel like everyone has their own
lane
role. Yeah. And it's just adding to the memories that the couple can look back on.
Exactly.
And I don't see that as a problem because there's like fast content that they're going to get 24 to 48 hours.
Right.
And then there's the video and photo content that they're going to have, and share for the rest of their lives. With friends and family, hang on the wall, photo albums, and, videos.
Passing to their children.
Yeah. It's like a whole different, like, I don't see any competition.
Right. I agree with that.
I do think if we all work together and, keep it cordial, it can be a great team of people.
I agree.
I think it's good. I think we should all work together. But yeah, some people are not happy with how things are going. How do you think that is realistic to just keep things the way it is or?
No.
Right.
It's ebbs and flow.
Yeah.
Like, things are forever going to change.
Mhm.
The way that I planned weddings 15 years ago is not the same way that I plan weddings today.
Right. Right. And the way I used to shoot weddings is not how I shoot weddings now. So we, I think, as vendors have to be reminded that our jobs are to serve our couples. It's not self-serving.
Correct.
We're just focused on what we want and
Exactly.
what benefits us.
Exactly.
So I agree. So what do you think is a mistake that couples make when choosing their vendors? Where should you begin? Are there any mistakes? Do you guide couples with who they choose, or do you let them?
Absolutely.
Okay. Or do you let
Absolutely.
them pick out of a hat who they?
No,
Okay.
no, not at all.
Okay.
Because there is a thing still to this day, like a preferred vendor. There are folks that I prefer to work with just because I know the level of customer service that they're going to offer my couples, the responsive time, like the end product, like all the things, as well as personality.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I like to have my couples to have options, but ultimately the decision is always going to be theirs.
Mm-hmm.
Always. So they do have options. When they are choosing their friends and their families to be involved in, let's say DJing or being the photographer and then not getting a contract.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah.
That's not good because you can't hold them to anything.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then you're stuck on wedding day. Well, I'm stuck on wedding day trying to fix it, which is fine. Well, it's not fine,
No.
but I will get the job done.
Right. With people's budgets, though, maybe they get a deal with a friend or
Still.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
I
you're
get it.
hiring your cousin, you still need a contract.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If you paying your cousin $200, you still need a contract because you're paying them for a service.
Absolutely. And I've seen things go not so good.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a story where a photographer who I guess didn't get dinner and maybe they were friends with the bride and groom and they deleted all the
Oh, yes. And he left.
and he left.
Yes.
So I'm sure they're not friends
I think it was a he. Yeah.
Yeah. So that story was rough. But when it comes to that preferred list, how do you create that list or how does it come about? Is it just based on experience or?
It's based on experience. Okay. Folks that I have worked with in the past that, offered great service.
Mm-hmm.
They showed up on time. They actually read the run of show.
That matters. I mean, you put a lot of effort into that document.
Yes.
So if we're not reading it, I don't know.
You'd be surprised.
Of it.
You'd be surprised.
Wow.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah, we study that thing.
I've gotten calls at 6:00 in the morning. Hey, what hotel is the bride and groom at? What hotel is the bride at? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you just hang up on them or?
No. I'm kidding. I don't hang up, but after I give them the information, there's some choice words after I hang up the phone. For sure.
I can only imagine. So how can planners tell if how can couples tell if their planner and photographer truly work well together?
Relationships are important, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like when we are on our consults, just our dialogue and how we speak to each other, they can tell.
They can tell.
Yeah, absolutely. But then I'm also letting, the couple know I've worked with this photographer a multitude of times. Mm-hmm. I've not had any issues. And so, but they trust me. So trust is very big when you're hiring.
For sure.
When you're hiring any vendor, but especially when you're hiring a wedding planner. For sure.
Absolutely. And do you focus mostly on full planning or do you also do partial?
Yes.
Month of?
Yes.
Day of?
No. So we focus, most of our clients are full planning, they're full service, but we do offer partial planning and we also offer month of coordination and we offer destination wedding planning as well.
Okay. And we did do an amazing destination wedding.
We did.
Ooh.
We did.
We were in Italy, for those who did not know.
Yes.
Lake Como, to be exact. That's a whole nother podcast episode that we can dive into that. But
Let's do it.
that was a lot of fun. So we're going to do a fun little part here.
Okay.
Where we are going to talk about myth versus reality.
Okay.
Okay. So I'll just throw things out there.
Okay.
And we'll say myth versus outdoor ceremonies are worth the risk.
Absolutely.
Should couples buy wedding insurance?
Yes. Yes, yes, and yes. Yes.
Wow.
With the way venues are closing?
I know.
Absolutely.
I feel like since COVID,
a lot of folks are going out of business.
A lot of venues, a lot of vendors.
Yeah.
What's something couples overspend on?
Favors.
Oh.
And transportation, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I feel like Uber Black, Uber X
Yeah.
can get the job done.
That gets the job done.
Mhm.
And I see more and more people doing. Are there repercussions of using?
I have taken couples back to their hotels at the end of the night because the transportation company didn't show up. That's happened to me more than one time.
And even getting to the ceremony, sometimes there's issues. I think some of the transportation companies have multiple events. And then things can...
Especially during prom season. Yeah.
Wow.
Graduation. Yes.
And what would you say is something that couples should always invest in?
Photography and videography. Because at the end of the day, that's all you're going to have. So, and a wedding planner. STS events.
I was exact. Like for me, because I'm a photographer, I'll say planners are essential.
Absolutely.
And we, as photographers and videographers, we have to fill in the gaps if the planner is not, professional, or if they're doing it for the first or second time. We have to be the ones to be like, okay, now, and then it takes away from our jobs. So I love working with professional and organized and experienced planners, and I'll always prioritize that.
Absolutely.
I'm even at the point now where I'm like, I may not even take some events without. I'm like, who's your planner? Do you have a planner?
Right.
Here's one.
Yes.
To work with. Please call them.
Right.
Because it does interfere with our work.
Absolutely.
Okay, so what makes working with the same team, what's the value in that, would you say, in terms of just having that same creative team or same vendor team?
Trust. Knowing the expectation, time management. Those would be the top three.
Exactly. I agree with that. And I do think it's like a mutual respect.
Absolutely.
Just be like, okay, you know what I need. I know what you need. And I'm going to do everything I can, to get that. I guess for photographer, I was going to say, what do photographers wish planners knew?
Yeah.
I would say...
Tell me. Tell.
I would say that anything good does take a little time. So...
Touche.
Yeah, like I think what I loved about our trip to Lake Como, and to Italy, I'll say Lake Como, Italy, was the time. We had the time, but that it was an intimate, private estate. So, there's different ways to have that time, and it's not always possible with 100 or more people.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, it takes time, but I have learned how to work with what I've got. So if I have 5 minutes, I will do what I need to do in 5 minutes.
I got you.
Yeah. So we work together really well.
We do. And, the conversation I had with myself on that flight yesterday. Yeah. It's one day.
Yeah.
It's one day.
Yeah, it's one day. And there's guests, there's people waiting to eat. Yeah, I know.
And we've already pushed cocktail hour from an hour to a cocktail 15. No, a cocktail 15.
Okay.
Because we use that extra 15 minutes for the room reveal.
And the room reveal is new. That wasn't always a thing.
No.
So that is something that kind of made our days a little different.
Absolutely.
Guests used to already be seated, and then the couple would come in. So the room reveal has definitely opened up, which I love a good room reveal.
Me too.
So I can't, I'm glad things have gone that way.
Me too.
Awesome. Well, Shawon, I am going to ask one more. So if this wedding had happened exactly as planned with no rain, no rainbow, would people still remember it the same way, in your opinion?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. What do you think?
No. I mean, I will say the couple was so stunning. So it would have been special.
Absolutely.
Absolutely special, beautiful moments, but definitely that added an extra layer of,
It did.
blessings and uniqueness.
It did.
So, and that's why it's viral.
Yes.
And still viral.
Yes.
Millions and millions.
Millions.
Of views and comments and all the things. So yeah, I will say those unexpected moments made it very, very special.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Shawon, for coming.
Thanks for having me.
You are a star. You are a beautiful light. And I love working with you. I love talking with you.
Likewise.
And I'm just so grateful that you made it out to the studio today to chat with me.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Thank you for coming. That's a wrap on this episode of On Set with Samantha. If you enjoyed this conversation, make sure you're subscribed. And if you want a behind-the-scenes look at the exact gear I use on set, you can download my free guide, my on-set gear guide, in the show notes or by scanning the QR code. I'll see you next time.